Alrighty, then. All right. On Instagram, let's start off there. Let me pull. I don't want to butcher nobody's name, so hold on one second. Everything Piston podcast. Okay, on Instagram they ask should Killian go to the G League for 7 to 10 games to boost his confidence? So let's talk about that. I appreciate them. I'm plugged in right now. They ever want to come on the show, I'm more than welcome to have them. And that's to anybody that's not the ops. A lot of hating niggas out here, man. You be minding your business and then they just come in hating. So if you ain't the ops, you always welcome to come on, man. I'm always open. If we all had time, I'm always open to coming on anybody thing. So I'm always open with collabs. It's just that you don't know who the ops and who not the ops. And just because you could have constructive criticism, I'm not tripping, but you out here hating, then we got an issue. So here it is. All right. And I haven't watched preseason. All right. That's just my opinion. I haven't watched preseason. I watched just a small bit of the Sixer game. I don't put any stock into preseason. If you don't know, today is the season opener for the NBA. You got 7:30 the Warriors and the Brooklyn Nets. And at 10, you got the Golden State Warriors traveling. You got the Brooklyn Nets going to Milwaukee. I think there's ring night. And at 10, you got the Warriors traveling to LA to take on a new look Los Angeles Lakers. And you asked me what I'm most excited about. There's two things I'm excited about from what I've been. Well, I'm excited to see two of my favorite draft picks in the draft, Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga versus the Warriors. I wasn't sold so much on Kuminga before, but I still more research and I like him a lot. Y'all know I love Moody. And then also I'm interested to see all this talk about Giannis's new jumper. But check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So I'm going to try to squeeze in the live stream today, all right, for the season opener. If I don't, it'll be tomorrow morning. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. I should be doing it today. If don't nothing else change, all right. So, we could read they thing right here. It says this question was discussed on our latest podcast, and to reiterate, Killian's biggest hurdle is his own confidence. It is like he's so worried that he will not perform up to expectations on any given night, worried about making mistakes and obsessing over the ones he commits. That he just isn't able to gel with the lineup. I often feel like Killian, despite his high basketball IQ, doesn't believe he can do half the stuff his scouting report said he could do. But perhaps a low expectation Pistons season would mean that sending Killian to the G League would be unnecessary. And I can see that. And I can also see the merit of my bad. Merit of starting Frank Jackson and Jock Jetson over Killian. One thing is for certain, the fans not sure what to make of Killian at this point. He's probably the biggest wild card on this team. Drew. So shout out to Drew, right? I'll read some comments. Before I read comments, if he goes to the G League, he necessarily doesn't have to go to G League per se, but I think to get those games, and I agree with what he's saying to a certain extent. But if he goes to the G League, he got to take John Beeline with him, bro, to keep working on shots, to work on in and out dribbles and step backs. And, like I said before, man, he's 20 years old. Okay. The thing is, they keep his confidence high. The thing is, maybe playing with the second unit, but going to the G League is, that can hurt his confidence. Maybe he don't cut in the G League and it's like, you know what I'm saying? So, honestly, man, this is a toughie right here. Honestly, man, this is a toughie. Hold on, this is a tough one, man. I definitely didn't think starting him with Cade Cunningham, but when they talk about expectations, don't expectations go down? With Cade Cunningham playing, like he's gonna play Wednesday, don't more of the expectations go on him and less on Killian, or do we look at it as, well, the expectations is both of them play together well and they make it work, and we know it's not gonna work with both of them in the backcourt. Even in the people that's positive, that's thinking positive and being optimistic about it, we know it's not gonna work. Because most of us who've been watching basketball for so long, defensively, it's gonna be beautiful. But offensively, even when you talk about limited offensive players like great defensive player, limited Ruben Patterson, Tony Allen, either they even slashing or they have the ability to spot up a little bit. Roberson, and I don't think he a good enough free throw shooter. He has to spot up or he has to slash to make this work. And when you slash, that's confidence. And like Benjamin Fauché, when he come on here, he said that it looked like Killian is shying away from contact. Okay, so I mean, at the end of the day, that might be something. Send him to the G League to develop, and then also you got to put this on the Pistons too, bro. They set the bar high as hell for Killian Hayes by putting him out there over Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, who clearly we got to know was way better than him, and they didn't get the opportunity to come in and play right away, even though they was out playing Killian Hayes. To me, that was wild. To me, that was super wild, bro. Those guys, man, those guys were ready to play, and Dwayne Casey told us otherwise. And they trying to force feed us Killian how good he was, and when reckoning day came, we never seen it. They set the bar high for Killian. Maybe making Killian a developmental player would have been better. Work with his, and he wasn't worth that pick. Let's be real. He wasn't worth that pick. However you want to slice the cake, he was not worth that pick. When you go back and you look at that draft, who was the 2020 NBA draft? One second. You go back and look at that draft, he went 7th. And Haliburton, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Imagine if they had Haliburton. It's still a light-skinned backcourt. That would be even better for Cade Cunningham, because not only can he spot up and shoot, he can slash, he can play make, and Cade can go out there and it'll be no drop off in the defensive backcourt, and Cade can go out there and be a scoring machine like Luka. But Killian got to get to a Haliburton name, honestly. That's the confidence to slash and the confidence to take the shots. That's where you got to get to. And at the end of the day, Haliburton. I mean, you look at his college numbers. He been that guy. He shot over 40% from the 3-point in college, and he continued shooting like that in the league. Can Killian reach there? Yeah. He's not as athletic as him, but they both defend. They both play, man. It's all about ball handling, finishing at the rack. I mean, you can't put a heart you can't put heart in players. You can't make him tougher. You can put him in situation, man, you can make him tougher, but it may be too late. What do you do? The shit that Jimmer Fredette did, go to prison and play prisoners? I don't think you want to, mess with your asset like that. But like I said today, man, it's just to the point where, sometimes, man, we don't want to, we building something, we doing something that working. We want to work around the problem, and sometimes we end up working around the problem. We end up starting to do. We end up having to waste time and do it the right way anyway. That might be the situation. Right now they had a critical cross path. And the critical path they are right now is that they can do this the right way, scale them back, develop them out the naked eye, send them to the G League or to work with them in practice, scale back his role, or don't play him at all, develop him and he's really ready to play, let him go, or put him in the second string, let him do best, pick and roll, find guys. When he get in the game, get up and down the floor and continue to develop him throughout the season. So they can send him to the G League, but they're going to have to send old boy John Elon with him. And you got to remember that's a different type of travel. They travel by bus and all that. So, if you ask me, what's my personal opinion on it, I would think scale back. Either we send him to the G League, send B-line with him, send a dribbling coach, right? Or we develop him out the naked eye. And we put him we put him with the second team. And when Killian get into the game, the ideal thing is push the pace. And that will kind of be one of my two things. And I think what's better for him and what's better for almost somebody that's 70 and John Beeline is him to stay with the Pistons, develop out the naked eye, work on his shooting, work on his. First thing you do is you work on his catch and shoot, and not necessarily from the 3-point line. You have him work from the elbows, and what you do is, you move from elbow to elbow, and you work on that shot, right? And you give him a floater. Most guys want to go out there and shoot the three. Form, it's it's obviously a proven fact that the closer you are to the rim, the better chance you got of making it. Start him with floaters and elbow shots. And once you get comfortable with that mid-range shot, then if it's 2 years, a year down the line, then we work with the 3-point shot. But after you get him comfortable with the floater and the elbow shots, then you start, catching the shoot. He run off the elbow. He run, right off the block, catch and shoot. You start him catching and shooting from inside the arc. And then when he's comfortable with the mid-range, then you take him out to the 3-point lines. And then when he started doing good at catch and shoot, then you get him off the dribble and shoot to the mid from the mid-range, and we get comfortable with doing that and floaters and then finishing at the rim and all that, or finishing through contact. Then we take him out to 3, catch and shoot, dribble off the catch. Then we catch and shoot, or you stand and shoot, bam. Then we work on catch and shoot, bam. Then we work on, moving and shooting, coming off screens and shooting. We work on when you come off the screens and when you catch, escape dribble, mid-range shot. And then you start working on stuff of that nature. Rome wasn't built in a day. And the biggest mistake they're going to make is they're going to start his shooting form out from the 3-point line. Start him at the elbow and work on floaters. And work on his inside driving. That's what you do. Okay. I'll read some of the comments. Will Elk. Okay. He hasn't even played 50 games yet. Give this kid a chance. The season hasn't even started yet. We don't know where his confidence is as a player. We know he just got a concussion. We know his confidence. We seen him in the summer league, so that's negative. So we've seen enough to know that he needs some time. It sounds like it's a good idea, but actually I think sending him down to the G will actually make his confidence worse. I just said that too. That could be he says he should. Yes, he should. He should play in the league for a good part of the season until he becomes comfortable handling the basketball and running the offense. And I don't think running the offense is an issue if you put him with the second team and let him, push the ball and run the offense from fast break. But at the end of the day, that is what it is, man. I think he might be right in the grand scheme of things. Imagine the confidence boost being able to take those shots and be a focal point of the roster. I don't see how we could do it now because I'm not super sure if there's a way to get him in the G League. We will also be able to see if he's truly a bust, if he struggles there too, which likely won't. W takes the usual. So I agree. It's with some of these commenters that it's a gift and a curse. If he struggle there, it's like, what the F? Okay. Honestly, it's like, man, and that's the honest truth, man. So it's a gift and a curse. If he struggle there, then we know we got a bust. People, and people not gonna be too happy. So honestly, man, I keep him on the roster. I develop him behind the scenes, and that's what I would do. I'm not opposed to the other G League option stuff of that nature. But let me know what you guys think, man. Check the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Yes, for the donate, share the video, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. All my social media links there. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time. Peace.